when the angel of Gabriel appeared to the shepherds, the first word she told is, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. And this is the message we see again and again the angel repeats. When the angel appeared to St. Joseph in a dream, he says to St. Joseph, do not be afraid. When the angel again appeared to Mary in the first instance, he said, Mary, you have found favor with God. Mary was perplexed, and the angel assures, do not be afraid. And this is the first message that we need to remember each one of us at the birth of Jesus. It is not a message of fear. It is not a message of despair. It is not a message of dependence, but it is a message of hope. It is a message of courage. It is a message where the Lord Himself is going to be with us. Why we are not to be afraid? Because the angel says, you will conceive and bear a son, he shall be called Emmanuel. What is the meaning of Emmanuel? God is with us. You are not to be afraid because God is going to be with us. You are not to be afraid because God is going to redeem you. You are not to be afraid because God is going to lead you. It is God who will console you. It is God who will comfort you. It is God who is going to be with you. And this is the first message of assurance the angel gives to each and everyone whomever the angel meets. Dear brothers and sisters, St. Paul in his letter to the Romans, chapter 8:31 verse says, if God is with us, who can be against us? If God is with us, who can be against us? Is it the persecution? No peril, no hunger, no hardships, nothing can come against us, because when God is with us, we can do all things through Him. It is God who accomplishes everything in us. And this is the first message even Sister Bala Joyce could give to the community. Because every superior, every animator is the head of the community. This assurance she gives to each and every member, do not be afraid, I am with you. Because we see in her a person whom we can approach very easily, a person who is very gentle, a person who is very calm and composed, a person who is very ready to accept anyone who comes to her. That's what we see, a person who assures that, do not be afraid, I am with you. You may have a suffering, you may have pain, you may have hardships, whatever you may come with to her, she is ever ready to accept, she is ever ready to stand by. Do not be afraid, I am with you. Dear brothers and sisters, this is the same assurance if you see from the beginning of the Bible till the end we find. When the Lord called Abraham and said, go to the place that I show you, I will be with you. He called Moses. Moses was reluctant, but the Lord says, I will go with you. I will speak on behalf of you. The Lord says to Prophet Isaiah, I am with you. The Lord even says to disciples, I will be with you till the end of the world. It means God is with us. When God is with us, who can be against us? What can come against us? We can conquer all things in our life. So also, the assurance of the one who is superior, who is an animator, and give to each and every member of the community that I am with you. And the second message, dear brothers and sisters, that we see, incarnation speaks about God taking the form of a man. In other words, God coming to the status of human. Usually, it is man who is always in search of God. Always man goes from one temple to another temple, from one church to another church, one mosque to another mosque. Always it is man who is in search of God. But incarnation gives a different message. God is in search of you. God is coming down to you. He searched in a way, even taking the form of a human, even coming down to the level of a human. That's what we see in the birth of Jesus. God is coming down to the level of the human. Dear brothers and sisters, another message that we see in Sister Bala Joyce, we see a person who is unassuming in character. Whether she was a principal, whether she is superior, we never find an instance of arrogance or pride in her. She's always remained simple. She always remains down to earth. She can go to the level of anyone, to the level of a student, to the level of a junior sister, to the level of a senior sister. Anyone can approach and feel free at her. That's what taking incarnation, going to the level of each and every person. Because sometimes the people may feel that somebody is in a big position, somebody in a higher post, feel afraid to approach. But in Sister Bala Joyce, we see a person who is simple, whom we can approach very easily, who can go down to the earth. Dear brothers and sisters, these are the two important messages the birth of Jesus gives to each one of us. That do not be afraid, I am with you. God is with us means nothing can be against us. And second, God is taking the human form. Coming to the level and the status of the human, that means we are also called to go to the level, the poor, the downtrodden, those who are suffering, those who are free, and all kinds of people. When you go down to their level, we can understand their suffering and pain. So, dear brothers and sisters, today as we take part in this Holy Eucharist celebration, let us remember these 2 points, that we are assured that God is always with us, that we are also called to take the different levels, going to the people who are in need of our help or anything. Today, especially pray, ask the Lord that the Lord may shower on her the gracious blessings, that she may be all to all, she may show herself in her the presence of Jesus to all the people who meet.